Mr. Lekhi, this is our G20 year. We are proud of our democracy. We want to obviously showcase this to the entire world. And then you've got something like this happening. What are we trying to, what is the message being sent?
Well, Vishnu, see, I find this penchant to in some way accumulate disapprobation and disfavor, or at least be indifferent to it, rather perplexing. Whatever be the merits of it and the justification the government perceives, the question is the timing, as you mentioned, discredits the process itself. And today we are not talking about what is euphemistically called surveys. We are talking about aspects unrelated to surveys, in which the entire purpose of having this survey undertaken is defeated, because popular perception is that this is an eyewash. It's basically intended to have an objective other than one which the Income Tax Act intends to achieve. But this is the politics of it. When I have a more serious objection to the legality of it, and the procedure is as important as the end which is towards it is directed. And I personally feel that this is procedurally incorrect, and because it's procedurally incorrect, it is indefensible in law. And I say it's indefensible in law because whatever I read in the newspapers dealing with transfer pricing is dealt with in the Income Tax Act. There is a method in which this entire process is undertaken. As far as the material is concerned, the material in terms of the Act itself has to be provided regularly. Apart from the documents which have to be maintained, reports have to be submitted. On the basis of the material which is over there, the transfer pricing officer intervenes if he thinks it's necessary by issuing notice, whereafter the process commences and an assessment order is passed, which leads to an appeal. Now that means whatever I read in the newspapers, if this process was underway, then in that event the transfer pricing officer would be in the picture and the documents would be with them. If the documents are with them, what is the survey about? Because either you are not continuing with the process, or you have actually continued, or you are initiating in the first instance. So what is this whole survey about, firstly? Secondly, they call this a survey, and in terms of survey is concerned, survey is less intrusive than a search, because search is far more draconian in its approach, because the powers are far more plenary in a search. Now, in a survey, there are certain limitations. Whatever I read in the newspaper, there are certain seizures which are made. I do not know how or why those seizures are made, or whether seizures have in fact been made. Because if they were made, then it doesn't cease to be, it ceases to be a survey. It goes into the question of search, because seizure comes with search. Now, in this entire exercise, therefore, whatever may be the professed reason, what is actually lacking is legal legitimacy. Now, I am for a moment not talking about the BBC commentary. As far as I am concerned, I don't think BBC has got any right to talk about our Prime Minister or the affairs over here. We are quite capable of dealing with it. But whatever our reservation of the BBC commentary may be, the question is the Government of India deals with it. The Government of India has to be absolutely circumspect about the legal provisions under which it acts. Because the government is the best teacher, and if the government becomes lawless, lawlessness will become endemic, and that is something which you have to guard against.